notes related to the possession of an automatic or semi-automatic firearm. The defence requested the undersigned social worker to compile a pre-sentence report. The primary objective of this report is to provide the court with relevant information concerning the accused and his personal circumstances, thereby informing the determination of an appropriate individualized sentence.
Ms. Counsel, sorry to stop you. Can you please attempt to just raise your voice? You get to shout. It's difficult because you can get very careful. I know it's a big room and I apologize.
Will it help if I just
No,
take
microphone shout, listen to your voice.
So if I face perhaps different
more than comfortable if you want to turn.
Raise your voice, please.
The defence requested the undersigned social worker to compile a pre-sentence report. The primary objective of this report is to provide the court with relevant information concerning the accused and his personal circumstances, thereby informing the determination of an appropriate individualized sentence. The information presented is limited to circumstances pertinent to the matter, in adherence to the principle of confidentiality and the avoidance of unnecessary solicitation of information. The investigation conducted for the purposes of this report includes the following components: 3 personal interviews with the accused, collateral information obtained through interviews with the accused's wife, 2 friends and 2 employees, relevant research including information regarding the specific offences, sentencing options and aspects related to the accused's functioning, supporting documents as referenced in the footnotes and or the resource list, a visit to the Masakanen Soup Kitchen, Makete Boutique Hotel and Sky Butchery and Entertainment Club, conducted during the final interview at the accused's residence in Polokwane. Additionally, an Enneagram personality type assessment was undertaken. This assessment is primarily suited for coaching purposes, providing insight into core motivational drive. As well as other relevant considerations will be presented in the following paragraph. Recommendations and opinions in the report are based on information available at the time of consideration. The undersigned
Hand off CIC.
Recommendations and opinions should additional information become available. Personal circumstances, family background. The accused was born in 1981 to a single mother. His mother suffered the loss of 2 children, and older sister to the accused who passed away before his birth, and a younger sister who was
Hi, at MK Jomo.
resulting in being raised
Random
by
Savas.
his brother, who was one of 9 siblings, resided with at least 6 of his siblings and 86 of children in his grandmother's house, located in the Masakanen section of the township on the outskirts of Polokwane. At the time of his birth, the extended family, each sibling having at least 2 children, shared a modest 4-in-1 comprising 2 bedrooms around the kitchen. The kitchen was recently converted into an additional sleeping area at night to accommodate everyone. The accused described the environment as very noisy due to the considerable number of occupants in the confined space, which led him to very quiet and solitude when confronted with excessive noise. Although his grandmother was married at the time of his birth, her husband left the family to marry a second wife. The household endured significant financial hardship, consisting of his grandmother's social wants, his mother's early comprehensive work, and occasional income from his own student job. His youth and his cousins were raised together in this environment, learning from an early age to share the limited facilities available to them. Despite the challenging socioeconomic circumstances happening, those who mother and grandmother consistently model a strong commitment to serving others, which profoundly shapes his values and
Hands of CIC.
educated Christian was actively involved in community service to the church, while his grandmother contributed to the well-being of those around her with her role as a traditional leader. These examples establish the foundation of community responsibility that continues to influence his actions and decisions. He appears to us in the absence of a father figure, as thinking his mother and grandmother, any disturbed his father's identity to him. To this day, he remains unaware of who his father is. He left his childhood home in 2001 after being elected president of Scotland and returned to Minnesota in 2003. Upon his return, he established his own residence that maintained those close ties with his family, particularly his mother and grandmother. By that time, his mother certainly sat dedicated to all his illnesses, while his mother, who suffered from dyslexia, continued to reside with his grandmother. Following the passing of his mother in October 2006, he appears to take unbound responsibility for the care of his grandmother. Although he should strong bonds with both maternal figures, his relationship with his grandmother was especially close. Her death in May 2019 marked a significant loss, yet he continued to honor and maintain a deep and sexual and spiritual connection with her. From an early age, he appears to have been still to the value of family, consistently experiencing significant occasions such as cooking and eating with relatives for requirements. Upon earning his own income, he undertook financial responsibility for his family, paying his school and tertiary education fees, and continued to support his entrepreneurial endeavors. He appears considered himself a mentor and elder brother to his cousins, and understands to his aunt. According to his wife, he appears devotion to his mother and first-born son, together with his strong family orientation, were qualities that attracted her. He provides for his family, approaches his responsibilities diligently, and has maintained commitment to his community even after attaining success. All collateral sources consistently highlighted his deep family bonds and his active community involvement. He appears eldest son was born in 2006, although not married to the child's mother. He appears to remain involved in his son's life from birth and continued this involvement following his separation. His son was visited during school holidays and since January 2018 has reserved permanently with his kids and his family. He is presently involved at the University of Pennsylvania, pursuing a Bachelor of Arts degree in philosophy, international relations, and politics with the intention to further his studies in Europe. He is married with wife between 2020, and together they have two sons aged 9 and 7. Both children attend primary school but are involved in the community. This decision has been voted by his kids and his wife for taking careful consideration of the children's personality, beliefs, and their interests, with the aim of allowing each child to develop socially and about independent operator. Yet his wife, the political mother, makes the response to financial provider of their household. In recognition of the value of the role, the issue of the financial allowance expresses its belief of stay-at-home mothers deserve to be compensated for their contribution. He temporarily proved her career as a qualified financial advisor in corporate and investment banking to further focus on raising their children. Nevertheless, she has continued to study, both to remain interested in the grade and to prepare for her eventual return to her professional career. Having grown up with a father figure and in a household experience when not married, he feels committed to provide his children with a family environment that has not experienced himself. He plays an instrumental role in their daily lives and he places significant importance and being involved and actively involved with his family and having emotional individuals who quite time together. Significant occasions such as his children's birthday have never been missed. This illustrates his dedication to his family. Understanding the challenges of public life, the accused is intentional about protecting his children from undue exposure. He strives to be a present and involved father, ensuring that his children enjoy a rounded upbringing rather than a life of glamour. He encourages them to value humility, advising against using their family name for advantage and instead to advocate for themselves when appropriate. His parenting approach emphasizes open communication, treating his children with respect, and engaging in meaningful conversations with them. Education and career. He appears to use his formal education at Lincoln's Lower Primary School in Worcestershire, which is convertedly located in the conveniently located, apologies. Nearly grandmother's residence. During school break, he would return home briefly to eat his family parents as well. He later transferred to Victoria High Primary School, situated approximately 45 kilometers from his home, which made it impractical for him to study at Mason Grade. He completed his secondary education with personal fit and was community school in Australia, which was again with a walking distance from his grandmother's house. In 2010, he obtained a 2-year term on youth development through the University of South Africa. The following year, he enrolled in a Bachelor of Arts degree in Communications and African Languages, graduating in March 2016. He further holds a BA degree in philosophy and commenced a fourth master's degree in politics at the University of the Witwatersrand, with a particular focus on decolonization and the removal of colonial symbols. While he has completed the coursework, he is yet to finalize his part in his dissertation. He accused political involvement began as early as 1990. At the age of 9, when he joined the Masikasela, also known as the Young Pioneers or Trailblazers. Established in 1955 as the structure of the African National Congress, the Masikasela aims to provide political training and development for young people and 77. The program emphasized the development of oratory skills, confidence, radicalism, and bravery, incorporating elements such as basic military training, poetry, and public speaking. The core message instilled in participants at the time was to promise a better life under the feet of the apartheid government. After school hours, the accused would commute between East Township and other townships for Masikasela activities, often leaving home under the pretext of attending soccer practice. During his high school years, the accused became involved with the Congress of South African Students, COSAS, an ANC-affiliated organization representing pre-tertiary learners and advocating for improvements such as the abolition of corporal punishment, increased access to libraries, and the reduction of high school fees. By the age of 16, he was elected as the regional chair of COSAS in Limpopo and was elected provincial chairperson in 1997. Upon being appointed national chairperson of COSAS in 2001, the accused relocated to Johannesburg. He recounted the challenges of this period, noting that he was young, without a steady income and needed to secure both accommodation and means of survival. Once he began earning his salary by sending financial support home to those dependent on him. The accused's first remunerated role was as provincial secretary of the ANC in Limpopo and elected position. Notably, prior to this, he served as branch chairperson of the ANC in Worcestershire in 1995, just before his 14th birthday. He was elected president of the ANC in April 2008 and served until his expulsion in April 2012. Subsequently, on 27 July 2013, he founded the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF. In December 2014, at the EFF's inaugural elective conference known as the National People's Assembly, the accused was elected as president and commander-in-chief, positions he continues to hold. In addition to his leadership roles within the EFF, the accused has served as member of parliament in the National Assembly since 2014. His parliamentary service includes participation in several committees. He is currently a member of the Joint Committee on Ethics and Members' Interests, the Joint Constitutional Review Committee, the Ad hoc Committee to investigate allegations made by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, and he acts as a representative of the National Assembly on the Judicial Service Commission. In addition to the noteworthy influence of his mother, and particularly his grandmother, the accused identified the late political leaders Stephen Mokaba and Winnie Madikizela Mandela as key mentors and influential figures throughout his life. Based on the published 2024-2025 salary schedule for members of Parliament, the accused receives an annual remuneration of R1,507,851. Physical and psychosocial aspects. Physical, mental and social aspects. The accused reported no physical or mental health issues, and there is no evidence of substance dependency. During his upbringing, he was not exposed to drugs, and aside from a single instance of experimenting with marijuana, he has abstained from drug use. He stopped smoking cigarettes over a decade ago and consumes alcohol in moderation. Publicly, he encourages others to avoid drug and alcohol abuse, emphasizing that such substances do not offer solutions to poverty and other challenges. To cope with the demands of his career, the accused relies on the support of his family and friends and finds relaxation in activities such as game drives, listening to music and DJing. He also enjoys playing soccer with his children. As a Pirate supporter, he enjoys attending big matches with friends, colleagues and his children. The accused believes in God, although he does not regularly attend church services except on special occasions. His wife maintains a strong faith. In honor of his mother, who was a long-standing member of Mrs. Shane Baptist Church, he funded the construction of the modern church building, which was officially inaugurated in October 2009. Nation conduct. This is widely recognized as a revolutionary, someone who gives a voice to the voiceless, upholds a responsibility to assist the poor, and is steadfast in advocating for the oppressed. This is consistent with his personality type, which is characterized by a keen sense of justice and a drive to effect positive change. He is willing to be confrontational when necessary, and demonstrates a protective attitude towards both his own interests and the interests of those he protects. In his pursuit of improvement, he maintains high standards for himself and those around him, often described as a perfectionist who is focused and committed to ensuring tasks are completed accurately and within set periods. He values order and discipline, expressing a clear aversion to laziness, dishonesty and being caught off guard. He regularly provides positive feedback when warranted, but does not hesitate to address unacceptable behavior. Importantly, once an issue has been resolved, he does not harbor grudges. The accused's personality profile further reflects a preference for maintaining control over situations and a willingness to act with open intentions. It involves commitment to do what he believes is right, with a pronounced desire for justice and the protection of others. The profile further highlights these qualities as a natural leader. In situations of conflict, the accused has shown the capability to set aside personal feelings and focus on resolving the issue at hand. He approaches such engagements robustly, ensuring discussion remains issue-focused rather than personal. Nevertheless, he is also capable of strong emotional responses to conflict, typically manifesting as irritation, frustration, resentment or self-righteousness, particularly when confronted with perceived injustice, disrespect or wrongdoing. He regularly expresses disagreement with instances that he perceives as abuse of authority by persons in high office. Some of these traits were evident during some of his responses in cross-examination and in relation to some of his comments in relation to his guilty verdict. Rather than